Okay, so you can't see me because I'm driving in the dark, but I felt led to share this message with everybody because it's really touching me today. And I actually came up with this message, or not even this message, but this point about a week ago, maybe a couple weeks ago actually. But it wasn't until today that I was telling one of my family members, and I was telling her about it, and it resonated with me in a different way. It really hit me, and I felt that I needed to share this with someone else. So we were talking about creating tomorrow's history, today's history, and pretty much it's all about seizing the moment, creating your moment. Very often do we get in situations where we're like, dang, yesterday I did this, or a week later you're like, shoot, I shouldn't have done that last week, or I did that, this was a great accomplishment for me last week. But it happened just off the whim, but it can happen purposely. And the thing that I don't think a lot of us think about is what we're doing right now, in this right now second, is creating our history. If you think about it, take a moment and think about the thing, just whatever you're doing right now. If you're walking a certain way, just do something different. Just make a decision and decide to walk differently, or make a decision to be nice to somebody that you would normally be nice to. Make a decision to call someone and tell them that you love them, or make a big business decision right now and decide to do it. That makes a difference for your history, your tomorrow's history. So the point that I'm making is we have the power to create our history. Let's not keep living just seemingly and things just happening, and then we have situations where we're, oh man, last week I should have had more patience, last week I should have did this, yesterday I should have done that. Stop and do it on purpose. Tell yourself that you are going to create tomorrow's history, because right now you're going to make a change and think about what you do before you do it. Plan it out. If you're getting ready to go to an event, sit down and say, you know what, I want this event to be this way, or I want to be the person that does this at this event. I want them to be talking about this later on. Then you decide. You just make the decision and you decide, I'm going to do this differently than what I would normally do it, or I'm going to purposely do this. And once you make that decision and you do it, you've just made history. You understand? Like, something as simple as helping someone out a little bit more extra than you should, or not even that you should, or that you normally would. Get out of yourself. I think a lot of the times, a lot of us have issues that we're going through, and we kind of drown in our own sorrows when there's someone down the street from you that's going through something twice as worse as your situation. But we get so sunken into our own grief and our own situations and our own lifestyles and mishaps and everything that we're going through, that we don't even stop for a second and ask ourselves, how can I do something for someone else that's going to make their life better? So I'm challenging anyone listening to this video to just stop what you're doing and take time to purposely plan your history. Take time to say, you know what, next year on this date, I would have said that I'd done this differently. Or, if you're on a diet, okay, well, plan purposely. If it's something as small as doing the dishes differently, you make that decision. You have the power over your life to make or break your day. We choose to take on situations that upset us. We choose to be frustrated and irritated with the simple things in life, when all you got to do is choose. Just choose, and you make the decision and you decide, I am going to do this, or I'm not going to do this, in point blank period. Boom, it's done. It's done. That's simple. So with that being said, I think I pretty much got my point across. If I didn't, I'll probably re-record this when it comes back to me, but I think that's all I had to say. Bye.